Okay, we are going to go over your literal equations homework. I'm given the equation 5a plus c equals negative 8a. The equation needs to be solved for a, so that means anything that is a goes to one side and anything is not an a goes to the other. So since I have an a over here and an a over here, I'm going to bring them together. I'm going to bring a over here, so it's a positive 5a, so I'm going to subtract it. And we're going to get c equals negative 13a. Well, a is almost by itself. This negative 13 that's being multiplied needs to be divided. So it's going to be a equals c over negative 13, which is the same thing as negative c over 13. So either one. Okay, the next one is g. Anything that's not a g needs to go. 7h, f, 2h, g. So this 2h needs to go. It's a positive 2h, so remove it. So it's going to be 7h plus f minus 2h equals g. Well, these h's can go together. A 7h and a 2h make a 5h. Well, you're subtracting the 2, that's why it's 5. And that's your answer. You can leave it like this, or using the symmetric property, you can write it like this. This one wants you to solve for k, so anything that's not a k you need to remove. You need to remove the m and the 7. The negative 7 is the furthest away. Let's get rid of it first. You're dividing by negative 7, so now we're going to multiply both sides by negative 7. K plus m equals negative 7n. Anything that's not a k needs to go, so that positive m needs to be removed. So your answer is k is equal to negative 7n minus m. You could have put it the other way around too. Next is p. People have the tendency to distribute. You can, you don't have to. So let's distribute to free up the others. Okay, but you're going to see, well, now I have p in 2 spots. So you're just going to have to go back to what you had. We're going to have to factor it back out. So that doesn't work. So just leave it to how you had it. And you're trying to get p. This is not focusing. You're trying to get p by itself. So we have to remove multiplying r plus s. So your answer is going to be p is equal to q over r plus s. That's it. So those are the first 4 problems. Now, how I have them on the sheet is not how I have you do them for class. I'm just doing this so you can see them and get the most room. I have you have them in 4 quadrants. You fold your paper and put a problem on each spot. That's how I want you to continue to do them. Like I said, you're not handing this in, but these problems will be on your homework quiz, so I want you to know them. Okay, now we're solving for v, so we have to get rid of w and z. How do you get rid of z? Subtract z from both sides. Okay, so you're gonna have u minus z equals vw. Now you're trying to get v by itself, so get rid of w by dividing. So v equals u minus z divided by w. Number 9, you're trying to solve for c, so anything that's not a c, get rid of. You gotta get rid of d and b. B is the furthest, let's get rid of it. It's positive, so remove it by subtracting it. You're left with x minus b equals negative cd. How do you get c by itself? Divide by d. So you have x minus b over d equals negative c. Now, let's recap. I wanted c by itself, so I got rid of b. And then you got rid of d. You could have gotten rid of this negative with d and just made it a negative d, and you'd be done. But if you wanted to do it separately, get rid of the negative now, and just put it over here. Either way, you're going to get the same answer. Whether the negative's on the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. And lastly, we have here, we're going to solve for g. G is with f. We got to get rid of 9h by adding 9h. Fg equals 10j plus 9h. Divide both sides by f. So G equals 10J plus 9H divided by F. The end. Solving for M here, you add P to both sides. So just scooch it over. Now it becomes positive. How do you get rid of 10? Divide it because it's being multiplied. So M equals P minus H over 10. Okay. So that's it for your homework. This chapter is very long, and because of the breakup of the week, what I think we're going to do is finish this chapter this week, and next week we're going to kind of review, take a chapter test part 1, review, take a chapter test part 2. So if you're overwhelmed, just focus on the day-to-day and we'll get there, okay? You guys are doing great. Email me any questions you have.